Welcome to the Wild Type Podcast. I'm Lyssa Lizards.
I'm Neptune and Chameleon.
And we're your reptile girlies. So you got locked out by a dog again.
Again. I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed. That's literally...
It happened twice.
Okay, but that is like literally the time where it's like not your fault. Like there would like...
Feels like my fault.
I understand. But it truly was not your fault. Like this dog has like a vendetta, I swear.
Here's the situation. Okay, I occasionally dog sit. You know,
Yeah.
a little extra side hustle income. Love it. I was dog sitting this German short hair pointer.
Who's super cute.
Super cute.
Very sweet dog.
Yes. She just has a tendency to like jump on
the
doors
door.
and stuff like that. So I was hanging outside. It was like getting pretty warm. So I was like, okay, like I'll put the dogs inside. And then I put them in. And by the time I like turned around and like walked back to where I was sitting, I was like, wait, this is the dog that likes to jump up. And my slider door has the little latch, you know, as I feel like most sliders are.
Oh, yeah,
like
mine does too. We have the same one.
Yeah. If you push it down, then it locks it. And what happened previously was that she jumped on the door and then pushed the latch down and locked the door. Well, I keep my front door locked. I keep my side door locked. And so the sliding door was like really the only way for me to get in and out of the house. So she locked me out. So then I had to call you to get me out. That happened like a year ago when I last watched this dog. So that like flew into my head in the like 60 seconds it took me to walk from the door.
Oh, I should go make sure.
Yeah, I was like, I should just put her in her crate just to like make sure she doesn't jump on the door and accidentally lock me out. Maybe 2 minutes have passed because I was like, wait, this is the dog that does that.
This is the dog.
And so I go to open the door.
It's already locked.
It's already locked.
Homegirl had like 60 seconds and she made the best of that 60 seconds.
And I was like, are you kidding me? So then I go to the front. Yep, it's locked. I go to the back. Yep, it's locked. You know?
Yep.
And so I was like, there's only one option. I got to call you and be like, hey.
Luckily, though, I will say, it was like a lovely afternoon. You were already outside hanging by the pool.
Yeah.
It's not like you were like...
No, I wasn't in distress. Like, the dogs weren't, like,
you weren't
at
alone.
risk for getting in harm's way.
The guy you're seeing was with you, so, like, you were totally, like, hanging out, chilling. Like, you were in, like, a good situation.
Yeah.
Because I was like, look, I just got home. I'm about to leave my house again in, like, 30 minutes. Can you wait 30 minutes?
I was like, take your time. I'm chilling. I'm just embarrassed.
I know.
And you're like, is it the same? I was like, yeah. It sure is. Honestly, and that's why I feel like a dummy because I did it twice.
No, okay, but like again, it's been like over a year since you've watched her, so like you kind of forgot.
But it's I don't know which would have been better or worse if I hadn't remembered that she was the dog that did this and then was like surprised after the fact when it had been longer. I guess that's a good thing because then I was able to call you versus
earlier.
If I had been outside for like an hour or two and then went to...
No, I think it was good because you found out sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
So
I was just like, oh, I knew better.
But it was perfect timing because Logan and I were like leaving the house, going to go do something else. So I was like, we'll just swing by.
Very grateful for that. But I will be making a spare key just in case.
Just like hide it somewhere.
I'm not going to say where.
Obviously not.
But
that's not for the podcast to hear.
It will be a discreet location. Only I know.
We have that. We've hidden one outside too. So it's
which is such a like normal smart thing to do.
Yeah. But until
I only
you
had
need
so many spare keys when I moved in.
The only reason I've put it out there is like I think there was a time that I was like, oh, is she gonna come over to like help with the plants or help with the pets or like whatever? And I wasn't sure if you were gonna come because the timing. I was like, we may not need her to stop by, but I put it out there anyway as like a just in case, and now it just lives there.
Yeah.
So
smart.
In a very secret, stealthy hiding space that nobody will ever guess.
I feel like you would be like the perfect person to come up with like a really clever spot.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely am.
Yeah, I have no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, so that happened. Thank you for rescuing me.
But speaking of pet sitting, I am also doing that this week.
Yes.
I get to go pet sit the baby.
I know, this is different.
This is so different. This is not my usual, like, stop by, feed a few chameleons. This is the babies.
The whole crew.
Yes.
The whole process.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, so there's 10 babies right now. Plus I have 4 adult chameleons and a crested gecko right now.
Yep.
So 15.
15 is the most I've ever had. So I know that's a lot because I've been there. And I was only there for I think I had a total of 15 for maybe a year. And it was a lot.
Yeah, so later today you'll come over and I'll kind of give you
The spiel.
the rundown of how to feed everyone. The adults should be fine. So it'll be mostly just
the babies.
feeding the babies. And my crested gecko, I took his misting system and put it on the baby. So I've been manually misting him. So that'll be it. Mist him and then feed the babies, which would be pretty straightforward.
I'm so excited to feed the nuggets.
Yeah.
It's going to be so cute.
You get to say hi to everyone. And they're starting to get more color, which is fun.
I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
Do they look bigger?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm excited to see. It's been,
They're still incredibly small.
For sure.
They're little, but they don't look like an alien.
I guarantee that I'll see the difference. Oh, here we go. Random yawn.
Yawning.
Wow.
We're podcasting.
I know.
No, I'm excited. So next episode we record, we'll give a debrief.
Yes.
On
yes. How it went.
Yeah.
I'm also probably going to do a little vlog and show
as you
it.
should.
So,
They're adorable.
Duh.
Take advantage.
Duh.
Yeah. It's always funny to me when you do vlog videos of pet sitting for me and they always pop off.
They do
and
well.
Get way more views than my own videos of doing the exact same thing for my animals. And I'm like, cool. But
I think it's because there's some kind of novelty of pet sitting for a friend. I think it gives off a different excitement.
And for me, it's the usual day-to-day stuff. So
Right.
No, I'm excited. So do you want to kick off the next segment we have?
Yes. So, okay.
This was your idea.
Yes. So we are essentially going to be doing the rainbow of reptiles, pretty much. So we're going to go through and we'll kind of space it out in between some episodes, but eventually we're going to go through the whole rainbow of red reptiles, orange reptiles, yellow reptiles, green reptiles, blue, and go through all the colors.
Yeah.
So today we are starting off with red reptiles.
Red reptiles.
Woo woo. Which feels very close to home with your red hair as well.
Yes. Okay. So I feel do we want to start with the honorable mentions?
Yes, because we kind of talked about this because there's honorable mentions. There's also, how did we categorize it again?
So honorable mentions being that reptiles that have the word red in the name, but are not actually red reptiles.
Yeah.
Then you have the other category of truly red reptiles. Yeah.
Yes. So let's start with the honorable mentions. So these guys have a red attribute.
Yes.
And red in the name, but
they're not full body red.
Right.
Red-eye croc skink.
Yes.
Honorable mention.
Which,
right.
Technically, I think it looks a little more orange than red, but it's fine. There's going to be a few on this list that are that way.
Yeah.
So
I think those are honorable mention. It's obviously in the name. Plus, they're just a really cool looking animal.
Those are the animals that to me look like a true dragon. That is a wingless dragon. That's why I like the red-eye croc skink so much. And the white, there's also white-eye croc skinks as well, but I just like the little pop of
the red eyes
pop of red. It's
are
so
sick.
Cool.
Yes, you also have red ear sliders.
Classic. They've just got that little spot of red behind their ears.
Yeah, I feel that's probably one of the most popular turtles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If not the most popular.
I think it's red-eared slider and yellow-bellied.
Oh,
sliders.
I can see those
I think
too.
those are the two of the most common.
But sliders in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Those are good. I also had red-tailed boa as an honorable mention.
Which I appreciated because I did not add them to my list. So when you said that as an honorable mention, I was like, okay, that's smart. Because I obviously thought about it, but I was like, they're not red.
No.
But the ones that are truly my favorite ones, I'm pretty sure Suriname and Guyana. So those are two different locales of red-tailed boa or two different species of red-tailed boa. I don't know all the details, but they have the true red tail because there's red-tailed boas that are not
more
true
like
red tail.
Orangey,
they're brown.
Or a little brown.
Yeah. But the true red tails, the Suriname red-tailed boa and the Guyana red-tailed, but because the body is more of a creamy, almost gray taupe color, and then the tail pops. It is so bright red. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
So I love those.
Do you know if their tails are red as a way to attract attention?
I don't know.
Like if you were prey, then you'd like be interested in the red,
That's a fabulous question.
and
I
then
don't
they
know.
would like eat you.
Maybe.
Because there are animals that do that,
Well,
right? Like
and
they
there-
have alluring feature.
Like alluring tail or other features or like whatever. I don't know if that's the case with red-tailed boas. That's a good question.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to
Just
look
curious.
that up, or if any of you guys know, confirm in the comments.
Please do.
Yes.
Did you have any honorable mentions on
I did.
your list?
And this is a personal favorite. Technically not a reptile, an amphibian, but we lump that in together over here. So red-eyed, I was about to say red-eyed crocodile skink again. The red-eyed tree frog.
Yes.
Yes. Those guys, I mean, their red eyes are popping.
Those are red.
Those are vibrant red.
I would also like to know the reason from like a
I know.
evolutionary standpoint of like why they have
Yeah,
red eyes.
totally.
Because they're green bodied. So like, I don't know. Is that
We need to do some kind of like evolutionary episode about stuff because that's also similarly how I feel about like the interest of like legless lizards, like losing their legs and like that kind of like, I just love that kind of stuff.
and some things we may have guesses
Yeah,
for, but like
yeah.
others, like how
We just don't
are we
know.
supposed to know how the legless lizard,
Yeah,
like
became that way.
How many years did it take
know.
for them to just
It's so fascinating to me. I find it very interesting.
you
Let's
and these
see.
yawns?
I know. This is what we get for filming in the morning.
It's like 10:30.
I was
It's
up
almost
late.
11.
I was up late. Okay.
You're cracking me up. Okay, do you have any other?
I think so. We did red-eared slider. Yeah. Those are all of my honorable mentions.
So now we get into the red reptiles. What do you have on your list?
Okay. Can we just do the very obvious one that is
Please.
like my personal favorite?
Yep.
That is like a dream species for
I
me.
put it on my list, but I was like, I'm not even going to be able to say it because she's going to put it on her list. So,
The red Argentine taiga.
yes.
They're so cool.
We've talked about these
Yes.
before. I forget in what context.
I forget. Yeah. Probably.
Because we were talking, it was when we were like trying to guess the species off of one word and I couldn't say jowls.
Yes. That is totally what it is.
Yeah.
Yes. So at the
Pretty
pretty
like gowls?
jowls. No. Jowls. So the male tegus are the ones that have the big jowls, and that's my favorite. So it is like a dream of mine to have a red male tegu one day.
I prefer the black
Really?
tegus, which is to no surprise because I have a
Yeah.
Dalmatian.
That checks out.
And I love the contrast. And not to say the red tegus like aren't stunning and they still have like the red and white creamy, kind of like contrast. But I'm a sucker.
You
Call me
love
Cruella. I'm a sucker for black and
for
white.
the spots.
Yeah.
Well, you just like the contrast between the two. Like you just love the black on the white. Like
Yeah.
I think that just it pops and you love it.
Yeah.
So
There was a snake we saw at Tinley that was like black and white, if you remember.
I'm not remembering it.
I forget. And you're like, oh, that's a blah blah. And I was like, ah.
Oh.
But it was a black and white
It was a
snake.
white-lipped python.
Okay, is that what it
You-
was?
Yes, you loved the white-lipped python. You hadn't seen them before.
Yeah.
Yes, now I'm remembering.
white.
Yeah, it was really cool. So the white-lipped pythons are a very interesting species, and I forget which one because there's a northern and a southern, and one of them is more rare than the other. I don't know which one, but white-lipped pythons are so cool.
I'm realizing, am I on Do Not Disturb? Okay, phew. I was like, what if I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb? My phone records all of our episodes, and if someone calls me and then this interrupts this, then we're gonna have problems.
That would not be good.
Okay, so I had, speaking of snakes, even though you said tegu, scarlet king snake or a red milk snake.
Oh, yeah, red milk snakes are
And I was
solid.
like going back and forth because like, and then I had to put the photos side by side because I was
Uh-huh.
like, wait, these kind of look similar. But the scarlet king snakes have like the 3 colors,
Yep.
whereas the red milk snakes typically are like the
Yep.
the 2 colors. We've got the like kind of gray, creamy underbody with like the red on top. But there's just so many red snakes
Oh yeah.
in general, especially colubrid, like
Oh,
corn
yeah.
snakes.
I was gonna
many.
say so that was on my list too, is like the various corn snake morphs. So like my corn snake is an Okatee scaleless corn snake, and so he I would say is like way more orange.
Yeah.
But the Okatee does oftentimes have like the bright red like around the spots or in the middle of the spots or like whatever. And so it's very like red, orange, fiery in general. And so I love the corn snake morphs. The oranges and the reds are so vibrant
Yes.
on them. I mean, Taz is vibrant.
Yeah, even
orange.
as babies too. Like they have their colors.
They pop
like,
fast
from the beginning, whereas
Yeah.
like some other species will grow into their
Exactly.
colors. The corn snakes, like all the
No.
babies I've seen have just been like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, my next one is one that I would argue it could be orange, but it is called a red bamboo rat snake, and they are so vibrant. It is probably like one of the most like poppy colors of snakes. They are so bright. So, and they're really cool. They also oftentimes have like little black lines down them.
Yeah, but
too.
they are more orangey though than red.
But it's called the red bamboo rat snake. So that is, I guess, one of the honorable mentions of like, but it's, you look at it and you're like, that's orange. That's orange. I don't know why it's red.
Yes. I'm like, redhead? Really?
I know. Yeah, true.
Sounds better than orange head though. So we'll go with it.
100%.
Okay, this is one I had to put in here. An ambelobe panther chameleon.
Yes.
Specifically, a red body blue bar.
Yes.
Ambelobe panther chameleon. And if you're not familiar with panther chameleon locales, it's like the different regions of Madagascar will kind of tell you the different coloration they'll have. So you'll have like the all blue ones, you'll have the more purpley ones, the more green yellow ones, and then you have like the more red ones. And so what's cool about the red body blue bars, panther chameleons have kind of like the stripes. So like Neptune was a yellow body red bar. Ambelobe panther chameleon, but you could have a red body, which is mostly red within blue stripes, and those are like stunning.
Oh,
and that is
gorgeous.
a red lizard.
Oh, it is a bright shade of red too. It is like, there's no mistaking that for orange.
Yeah.
That is nothing but red.
That is red. Yeah. And then the
like
contrast of the
red.
blue and the other colors is like stunning. So
I mean, we have to include that. Come on. Okay, so the next one I had is another amphibian.
Okay.
But a tomato frog.
Cute.
So cute. They're little chonkers, but I would say like they're reds. They can be very bright red, but more often than not, they also have like kind of like a rust color too.
Yeah, like a burnt orange, burnt red kind of.
Yeah.
Are those the ones that have kind of like the pokey little black?
I think they look kind of like pointy a little bit. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's what I have in my head. It's kind of got like black a little bit.
The way they look to me is like the top is almost like a slightly different color from like the sides. They look like they just have really wide hips.
Work it, girl.
Yeah, they're so cute. I think they're adorable, but they also look kind of angry, which is what I think you're talking about. Like they just look a little angry.
Okay, mine is also an amphibian, a northern red salamander.
Okay, I completely forgot about this species entirely.
I love them.
And I love them.
Yeah.
They didn't even like cross my mind. So when you said them, I was very excited because like I think they're so cool. They're so cool.
Yeah.
I just love a salamander.
Very red.
Very, very, very. They pop like crazy. But I just love salamanders. I think I'm so much more of like a salamander, a newt girl than I am like a frog person.
You get very excited whenever we see them at an expo booth. Newts. Like we spend a lot of time.
Yes, we do.
Hanging out by the newts.
I love
newts. We'll get whispers from other vendors that there's some newt or salamander species, and she's like, we gotta find them.
We gotta find the newts.
Which is hard because they're so little that like
they're hard to find.
And people will just like casually have them on their table. So like we have to go scouring the expo trying to find them.
I can see myself. I wouldn't be so, there's obviously like once I get my reptile room like in a better spot, and like that's like a very slow progress probably through the remainder of this year, and like once I get everything into like a really good spot, I could see myself getting some newts. That's definitely like
I would not be surprised.
Pretty high up on my list. I really love newts. So we'll see. Anyway, love those.
Yep.
Love those little critters. So the next one that I have is a fire skink.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
They're really cool, and they're very like they're not a super like handleable type of skink. They usually are like very flighty, and
we talked about these before too, because I think it was when we did the Guess the Reptile.
I think you're right.
When we did our fall in-person show, those were printed off in black and white, which was kind of like the challenge.
Yes.
But it was the fire skink.
Those are cool, they're so cool, and they kind of have like the red is on their sides. They're very like rectangular shaped, like their whole body is like very like squared off almost.
Reminds me of a Twinkie.
Yes. It totally looks like a Twinkie. Yes. And so the top half of it is like, or like the stripe of color down the top is almost like a brown color, but then on the sides is where they have the poppy red, which is really cool.
Yeah. And in contrast, like blue tongue skinks, right, which are probably the more commonly kept skink species.
Totally.
There's no red version of those.
There's like some peaches and like oranges, but not like some sunset colors, but no red. Yeah. That I know of at least.
Okay, skipping over red tegu, already discussed that.
Yes.
So now we're going into poison dart frogs.
There's a few, yeah.
Well, there's a lot, but the two that like caught my eye,
It's like the most red.
the red-backed poison dart frog, which is like they have black underbody and then like a very, very bright red top, and then the strawberry poison dart
The strawberry
frog,
one's the one I wrote
which
down
are
too.
so cute.
They're so cutie. They're adorable.
There's
Please
a bunch
look
of
them up.
other red poison dart frog
Yes.
species. We are, as mentioned in the last video, like not super knowledgeable on all of it, nor am I going to try and pronounce any of the scientific names.
No.
But just like an honorable mention for all the poison dart frogs because like they just have the crazy colors.
Well, and I just think poison dart frogs in general are probably one of the most well-known like amphibian or reptile species that is like known for like lots of color.
Yeah, because you've got the red, the blue, the yellow, the green. Like they cover all of the
so as we go through our rainbow of reptiles,
they will make an appearance in probably every single color.
It's going to be almost every color. We're going to be like dart frogs.
Yes.
So, okay. So then another one that I had is a red Ackie monitor.
Oh, those are cool.
Those are really cool.
Yeah.
So I love Ackie monitors. I would say like they're not super vibrant red, but they are like, I would definitely classify them as like a very solid red one.
Would you count a red iguana as red?
I didn't write them down, but yeah.
But they're kind of like more orangey.
I would say they're more rust color, which I do think lends itself to more red, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, the ones we've said so far are like red. But you also have like bearded dragon morphs that are also like,
and those can get crazy red.
Yeah,
like
but a lot of them are also kind of that rusty red color.
I would say more often than not, a lot of red reptiles are more of like a rust. It's like a combination of like red and orange.
Yeah, which brings me to my next one, which is a red crested gecko.
Yes.
Which is also more of a rusty, but
red. Some of them are very red though.
I think fired up.
Maybe
that's the difference.
I think fired up.
Because I think resting, it is more of like a rust.
Mm-hmm.
Rusty rest.
Yeah.
Say that. No, yeah. And then I think fired up. And there are definitely like unique individuals and specific breeders who are like really honing in on like trying to get the reddest red. But there are red crested geckos. So I wanted to include them.
No, I think that's solid. I specifically love the red Dalmatian ones, which obviously we're always sucker for Dalmatian anything. But the red Dalmatians really are cool.
Yeah. I like the like red lily whites.
Oh, me too. That's another, yes. I feel like so many people in the reptile community like got over the lily white trend and is in the morphs and kind of has like moved past it into like the cappuccinos or like whatever, like the other stuff. I am still on the lily white train. I love a good lily white.
They're stunning.
They're gorgeous.
I like the xanthics and I like the lily whites and of course the Dalmatians.
Yeah, those are my top three as well. I think
but red lily white, like a Harlequin lily white.
Yes.
So
gorgeous.
Good. Okay, what do you have?
Okay, my last one is, and this one is definitely bright red, but it also has other colors. So it's a San Francisco garter snake. So freaking
I'm gonna have to look
cool.
that one up. I don't know what it looks like.
They're so cool. So they have like, I would say kind of like a black and cream, but then they have stripes down them that are turquoise and red.
Oh, sick.
And it's like bright red and bright turquoise. It's like, and it's only found in California.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
See, and then what's the evolutionary purpose of having two different colored stripes?
Well, that, and there's also countless other species of garter snake that don't have any of those colors at all. So like, why have the colors in general?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Would like to know more. If you are one of the people who knows, let us know in the comments, please.
I also just wanted to mention that like there's no red leopard geckos.
No, but there's orange, so we'll be talking about that next time.
Yes.
But like there's so many orange colors, but there's no red.
But no red. Because I was like, I don't think, because I was going through all the different like species I knew off the top of my head, and I was like, are there red leopard geckos? And when I like did a quick Google search, just because I was like, maybe someone's working on something. Nope. Lots of orange and yellow, which we will be talking about those
in the next.
We can talk about my lemon frost.
I was literally about to say lemon frost.
And why you shouldn't get one.
Yeah.
Even though they're stunning. But
they're so stunning. It's so sad because some of like the most beautiful morphs that have like come out of breeding are just unethical. But we'll get into that at a later date.
We have done an unethical morph episode. So if you're interested in checking that out, like
Yeah.
I think you can search on Spotify. For sure on YouTube, you'll be
Yeah.
able to find it. But those are our red reptiles.
Yeah.
Let us know. I'm sure there's definitely species.
Oh, yeah.
We weren't trying to cover all of them. We're just trying to cover
A chunk of them.
a lot of
so
them.
if there are other red reptiles that you would like us to react to or whatever, feel free to drop them in the comments. We'll take a peek.
Yes. So then the next color we'll do is orange reptiles, which I feel like will be
Similar.
Yeah.
But I think there are a lot more orange ones that we
I
can
was
be like.
I was gonna say I think there's more.
I think there's more orange than there is red.
I think orange and green are gonna be our
yes.
two easiest.
Totally agreed.
But we'll try and get a little creative for you guys.
Yeah.
Or find specific morphs that are those colors.
Yeah. So anyway, that is Reptiles of the Rainbow. So
More to come.
More to come. Okay, Neptune, what are your top 2 feeder bugs for all your critters?
Dubious for protein and black soldier fly larvae for lots of calcium.
Simpton offers a wide variety of insects like silkworms, dubia roaches, waxworms, and our favorites, black soldier fly larvae.
I've also heard the entomologists at Simpton have customized the diet of their black soldier fly larvae to maximize their calcium content, so there's no need to dust them with calcium.
So if you're interested in trying them out, use code THEWILDTYPE at SimptonBSF.com for 15% off your order.
Do you sell reptiles? Be sure to check out the Palm Street app, a place where you can have your very own live auctions to help find your reptiles amazing homes in a community full of thousands of reptile lovers. To apply to be a seller, go to page.palmstreet.app/reptile.
They prioritize ethical breeding and trading practices, ensuring all reptiles on their platform come from responsible sources. Once approved, Palm Street's reptile team will guide you through every step. From setting up your reptile shop to going live for the first time, you'll get hands-on support to sell confidently, safely, and responsibly.
It's officially July, so it's time to start planning your purchases for Pangea's summer sale.
From July 9th through the 18th, you can get 15% off on isopods and some great discounts on geckos too. For their dry goods sales, there will be 10% off bulk cork bark or 20% off our favorite gecko dishes and ledges and even more too. The best part is the incentives. If you spend over $125, you get a free eco dish and a free t-shirt if you spend over $150.
And don't forget to check out their new products while you're shopping the hot summer sale at PangeaReptile.com. We're so excited to introduce the Reptile Girlies to our favorite reptile-friendly coffee and tea brand, Cold Blooded Caffeine. Our favorite thing about them is that they donate 5% of all their proceeds to wildlife conservation to ensure reptiles and amphibians have a place to call home in the wild, as well as in our homes.
And if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with herbal teas. So for any of our fellow tea lovers, they source some of the highest quality loose leaf teas in the world.
Cold Blooded Caffeine offers a wide variety of coffee like their Rainforest Blend, single origin options, and collaborations with some of the biggest names in the reptile world.
For 25% off your first order, use code WILDTYPE at coldbloodedcaffeine.com. Are you looking for a new enclosure for one of your reptile babies? Be sure to check out Cages with a K. Each enclosure is made to order by their team in Minnesota, which means they can even do custom builds.
The enclosures are made from high-quality PVC with tempered glass doors allowing for superior heat and humidity retention. They offer screen tops, side vents, and belly heat customization options to ensure the ideal setup for any environment.
So whatever dream home you want built, Cages has you covered. Use code WILDTYPE50 to get $50 off any order over $300 at reptilecages.com. By now you've heard us talk all about Scratches, the social app that helps exotic pet owners like us find their people.
You can add photos of you and all your scaly babies, set your filter to reptiles, and start scrolling through your local pet parents who get it. Think of Scratches as your way of avoiding the ever-looming "so do you have any pets?" question. Whether you're looking for friendship, romance, or someone who can pet sit your critters, your community is just a new match away.
Download Scratches today and start connecting with reptile keepers in your area. Available on iOS and Android. So up next, in true reptile girly fashion, we're talking nails.
Yes, but not our nails.
Nope, because I still haven't gotten them done. I definitely said last time we recorded that I would get them done, and I have not. And I think it's because I love these ones so much. I'm like really sad to see them go.
You can always come back though, right? Do a new version of like different color scheme.
I know. But because of that, today we are going to be doing Smash or Pass nail trends, which is so fun.
Yes.
And I can't believe we haven't done this yet.
Yes. Yeah, because I feel like we haven't done a Smash or Pass in a hot minute. We've
Yeah.
done like the blind ranking. We did the like proposal ideas not too long ago.
Yeah.
So I thought this would be fun. So play along if you would smash or pass these ones. Starting off with cateye.
I love a good cat eye smash.
Smash for me.
Yes.
If you don't know what cateye is, it's like the one where they put a base color down. Black was like really trendy initially, but they've now like kind
all
of
the
taken it
colors,
and
yeah.
ran with it. Then you put a sparkle, and you can do different colors with this as well. And
Yeah.
then you take a little magnet.
And they move the glitter pieces around so that it like reflects a certain way.
Yes.
And so it looks like it's called the cateye. And
Yes.
so they're so cool.
But it's been cool to see because I got cateye back in December. Gosh, that's like 6 months ago.
I know.
And then like February hit and they were doing like heart-shaped
Oh yeah.
cateye. And so it's been really cool to see it kind of evolve
And change.
And now people are doing like more pastel lighter colors versus like the darker colors. Because I did black with blue sparkle. So it kind of gave like
Cute.
galaxy
Yeah.
kind of vibes.
Love.
But yeah, so cateye. Smash for both of us.
Big smash. Love a good cat eye. And I actually like, so my nails are the crazy mix match nails, which is another trend. So smash or pass, mix match nails.
Oh, I have very strong opinions on that. So finish whatever you're going to say.
Okay. Well, so basically like mine are mismatched right now. And because they're mismatched, there's a couple of spots that have cat eye nails that they didn't do the magnet on. So it's just the like really, really like sparkly cat eye glitter, which I like. So,
Oh, there you go.
yeah, but that's only on like 2 of them. Okay, opinions on mismatched
Yeah,
nails.
so mismatched nails was a trend. I'm a very hard pass
Yeah.
because I like the uniformity. Now, that's not to say I won't do an accent nail.
Yeah.
Right? Because like if you guys remember, I did those like checkered ones not too long ago, and I did have French tips that were like alternating colors. But to me, that's not mismatched
Right.
nails. When we're talking mismatched nails, we're talking like
Every nail is
these
different.
nails or every nail. Like some have glitter, some have texture,
Yeah.
some have 3D gel. One
design.
has a charm.
Yeah.
One is a different color.
Yeah.
Like truly, every nail is different.
Yep.
That to me is slightly different category than like at least your hands.
I would agree.
Even if your nails have like an accent nail or
Yeah, yeah.
something. So it kind of like is bothersome for me if they're not like
That totally tracks with
symmetrical
your,
or matching.
That totally tracks with your personality, though. That doesn't
But
surprise
this
me at
tracks
all.
with your personality because you're like,
100%.
now I get 10 different designs.
I'm a hard smash.
Yeah.
I love a mixed match nail.
Which is
Give it
very
to me.
trendy right now.
Yes. Give me all the mixed matched. I don't want anything to look the same. I want it all to be crazy. Like, I
The
love that.
set you did that was like the olive turtle.
Yes, very
I
different.
feel like that one was kind of like your
Yeah.
first one, at least that I
Mismatched.
remember. That was like
It was.
truly
No, it was.
mismatched where like every nail was different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Like one was tortoiseshell, one was green, one was French with olives. Like it was crazy.
And you're like, I love them so much. And I'm like,
Like they're stressing me out.
I was like, I like this nail by itself, and this nail by itself, and this nail by itself.
And I genuinely, and like it's been fun with the ones I have currently because this is definitely probably like the craziest, most like eclectic nails I've done. And when I talk so much with my hands, I've caught several people in person, like when I'm chatting with them,
Yeah.
being like I've caught people
Just, like,
getting like
flashes of
distracted
color.
with my
Yeah.
nails while I'm talking, which is so funny.
Yeah.
So I'm a hard smash for the mixed match nails. They're easily my favorite.
Pass for me. Next, we've got chrome. We've talked about chrome many times. I've got chrome on my nails right now.
So do I. It's not
Smash.
not the typical chrome, but I also have chrome hard smash. I love chrome.
What I don't like though is that they charge like $20.
Yeah, that's stupid. It's stupid. They charge
I'm like-
so much for just a tiny bit of extra powder. I know.
Really?
I know.
It takes like 2 minutes.
I know.
But like if you're working it and you're doing like crazy designs,
Yeah.
like I will happily pay
Yeah.
premium for whatever
Totally.
time and skill
Yeah.
it takes to do that. Chrome is not in that category, if you ask me. There's not.
Oh my god.
Yawn counter number 4 over here.
My husband kept me up late doing his beat boop DJ music. Okay.
Just give her a hard time in the comments and we'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Feel free.
Okay.
It's fine.
Next we have classic French tip.
Yeah.
Now this isn't like a current like trendy nail trend, but it is an ever standing
It's a staple. It's a staple.
nail trend. And
Yeah.
you have the reptile girlies that are like go to classic like pink nude white French
Yep.
tip go to. I love a good French tip, but it's typically for like an occasion
Yeah.
where like
a
maybe I'm like
wedding
a
or-
bridesmaid or something and the bride has requested like
French
hey
tips.
just try and keep things neutral.
Yes.
Right, they don't want
Yes.
like hot pink nails in their photos and like whatever else.
I could totally understand a bride being very upset about my nails, so I get it.
But like I've had a couple of friends get married and they're
Yeah.
like, do whatever you want, just like try to avoid like
vibrant
crazy colors,
Yeah.
you know, if you can
Right.
type of thing. So in like back in high school, I felt so fancy whenever I'd get like a classic
Oh, for
French.
sure. Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, yeah.
like walking around thinking
Oh.
I was all that in a bag of
I
chips.
still have like a photo on Facebook of like the nails that I got for prom, and they were like aggressively square French tips. And I look back on those, I'm like, those are so fugly.
Okay, so not
They're so
those
ugly.
particular ones, but if you did like your current nail shape, classic French tip, smash or pass.
I think I'm gonna be pass if I'm being really honest. Now, okay,
I would have guessed that for you too.
like I'm just not into it. What I like if I'm, and this is again just typical me, if I'm going to do French tip, I'm also going to do like a line of color under the white, or I'm going to do like for Halloween. I love the month of October to get a black French tip. Love that. So like I'll do that kind of stuff, but like just plain classic white French tip, like it's beautiful, but I'm not going to spend money on that.
Yeah, I would say smash, but it wouldn't be my like
Go-to.
first choice.
Yeah.
It'd probably be like top 10
For sure.
for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah, yeah.
but like
That makes
not
sense.
my like.
Yeah.
I would rather do something else instead, but I would happily rock a classic like
Oh yeah.
French tip set.
I guess I feel similarly, but I'm still going to say pass because if I have French tips, I'm like bored and disappointed.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I still have that like 14-year-old feeling inside of me of like,
for sure.
yes.
Now, I will say French tips with a little bit of chrome added on top, whole new vibe.
Okay, so that was one of these other categories. We'll hop to it. Funky French tips.
Yes.
So this would be like when you do
Yes.
a color French tip, when you do a chrome French tip. I know you
Yep.
did those.
Yep.
If you do like a little pinstriping, like double layer
Yeah.
French or whatever, like something, a French tip beyond just a classic white with like pink
Smash.
nude.
Yes.
I love that. And like, I think they're really great too if you're someone who doesn't want to get your nails done often, but you want to do something kind of
Because they
funky
can
and fun.
grow out so well.
Yes.
That is one of my favorite things. If I know that like, oh, like I'm on vacation or I have this or that and I like can't go get a nail appointment until like much later than normal,
Yeah.
I will sometimes go with a funky French tip because it just grows out so much easier.
Yes, and you can still get the excitement of like whatever
Right,
cool
right.
color or nail design you do, but then you have
Yeah.
a little bit more
Well, and
growth without it being obvious.
That reminds me of my little ghosty nail from getting engaged. So I did so the nails that I got engaged in were black French tips, but the ring fingers were white ghosts that were coming off of the white French tip. So it was like a French tip, but the French tip became like a little ghost doodle. It was so cute. So that's a really solid, like those are like Halloween funky French tips.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Yeah, I've done my fair share of like
Yeah.
funky French tips. Yeah. Okay, next up we have 3D charms and like pearls. So what I'm thinking of is like when you have like an actual charm that you like
Glue on.
stick
Yes.
on the nail.
Totally.
Or something that's like jingling or dangling or like something that
Like a true charm.
Yes.
A true nail. I think that's actually the technical word that like the technicians use is like a nail charm.
a nail charm.
I think that's what it is. I am a hard pass.
Also pass for me.
And I have very specific reason. My very specific reason is the fact that when I wash my hair, I have such fine hair that like if I have any type of charm on there and it gets stuck, I'm breaking that hair. That's all ripping out. And I've had that.
You had rhinestones.
I had rhinestones, and then I've also had like when I had those olive nails, there was a little tiny like bead of like 3 little dots that she put on like in the middle of one, and it was so cute, but it kept getting stuck in my hair when I was washing my hair.
And those are subtle. Like those
they
are
were
very
so
subtle.
small.
Those aren't like true chunky
No.
charms that like
This was like the tiniest little like detail, and it was gorgeous, but it ripped several chunks of my hair. And while I was washing my hair in the shower, it was awful. And I like to the point where like I didn't use my right hand when washing my hair. I had to like
you were handicapped.
I had to like literally like
need,
scrub
like, a
my own
glove.
hair. Yeah. No, it was crazy. I hated it. So I can't even do the rhinestones. I really can't do charms at all because it really like the sensory of it in the shower is like horrible.
I think my hair would probably be okay because it's not as fine as your hair.
Mine
I just
breaks so easy.
I don't want that on my
That too.
on my nails.
That too.
Like I like the smoother
Me too.
You know, and they wouldn't be matching, which goes back to my point of like,
Yes.
if you're leaning in full,
Yes.
like mismatched, love that for you, just not my thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
pass for you.
Yes. Pass. Yeah.
Pass for me.
For me, it's just the logistics of it. Like,
Okay. Next, we have what are called soap nails or like milky nails. I've also heard them referred to. That's a pass for me.
It's just white.
Okay, so if you
It's
don't
just
know what
white.
these are, so there's those, but there's also like nude.
It's
Like,
just nude.
yeah,
Like it's not milk. It's not soap. It's white and it's nude.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
it is like the most neutral,
It's so neutral.
basic, simple. Which like I know there's some neutral girlies out there.
Oh, and here's the thing. I'm not hating on the neutral girlies. I get that. And I also firmly believe, and I've actually seen some videos about this recently too, which is ironic, but like I firmly believe that like every girl has like a specific nail color that is like their staple. Like that's like their safe color, right? Like if you
Yeah.
don't know what else to get, you have your safe color. Mine is lavender with chrome. That is my safe color. It is somewhat neutral, but still poppy, and I love it. That's me. Some girlies, it's like, nope, I've never strayed far away from like the ballet slippers by OPI or like whichever one that is. I forget.
Yeah.
But like there are some girls who are like, I am light pink and light pink only. I am
Consistent.
this like,
Yep.
I'm this like milky, white color, and that is like my go-to. And I have so much respect for that. But why are we calling it milk and soap? It's just white and nude, my friends.
It's true. Yeah, I think there's like, I don't know, there's some sort of like top coat though that's
Yeah.
like kind of giving it a
I don't
kind of
know.
like milky look to it.
Yeah.
But they really
I'll give it
aren't
that.
like milky soap nails. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're obviously not milk and soapy nail girlies.
Yeah. I'm very clearly a pass.
Yeah. And I like even
I think it's beautiful. Like I think nude and white serves its place, and I think that's like
Yeah.
a great color. But I just thought it was so weird. We
there's-
had like new names.
that's so funny.
It's like
There's never been a time that I've wanted a nude nail. Even when
Me
I get
either.
my French tips, they will always ask you, do you want more of a nude base
Or do
or
you
a
want
pink
pink?
base? And I always
a little more pink.
get a
Me
pink
too.
base.
Me too.
I never, ever, 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 ever,
Yeah.
ever want the nude base. And I don't know, like that's just not,
Well,
I don't like it.
I think for me, for so long,
You're on 5.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I was
Continue.
trying to hide that one.
You've hidden a few. I've let slide. You're probably at like 7 though.
Oh gosh, I don't stay up late anymore, so it was like really hard for me.
No, I understand that.
Anyway,
Did you have morning tea?
no, that's the other thing. I also haven't had breakfast, so
Okay.
yeah,
We'll give her a pass.
yeah. Anyway, moving
You're
on.
cracking me up
I
though.
know, ridiculous. I forgot what I was even saying.
The nude? The
Yes.
nude base?
Okay, so I think for me, part of the reason I can't do like a nude color is literally because for so long, for almost my whole life, I was not a nail girl, and I had my nude natural nails all the time, constantly. So for me,
you want something different.
The thought of getting nude nails, I'm like, why would I even have fancy nails on if I'm gonna get neutral?
Okay,
like
okay.
nude,
I can see that
right?
train of thought though, for
Because
sure.
for so long, because I've technically only been a nail girly since 2020. What did he propose in 2022? 2022. No, it was
3, 2. Yes, because you've been
2.
married.
3 was wedding.
coming up
Yes.
on year 2.
Anyway, that's
the math.
crazy. That's already like passing that fast. But yeah, so I got engaged in 2022. So I've only been a nail girly for like over 3 years. That's it. So like I had a good like decade where I was a nude, neutral, natural nail girl. So
Yeah.
like the thought of doing like a nude, neutral nail for me feels counterintuitive to
I hear
even
what you're
getting
saying.
nails.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Like, and like I said, nude nails can be very beautiful. And if that is your thing, like more power to you. It's just no. I'm just an eclectic maximalist girly over
Yes.
here.
No, totally. So pass for you, pass for me.
Yes.
Next up, jelly nails.
Okay, I love these. And it's so funny because this is a smash for me, for sure.
Pass for me.
Really?
Yeah, we'll discuss.
We're getting into it. So I wrote down clear/transparent color nails. That's what I had written down. I hadn't seen them called jelly nails, so I got very excited when you called them jelly nails because I was like, okay, now that is a name, a nail trend name that I can get behind. 'Cause
Yes.
that is so cute. It totally reminds me of the jelly shoes that we used to wear in middle school.
1000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. The transparent, but they were
Yeah.
like pink and sparkly,
Yeah.
like little strappy
Yeah.
sandals that like would squeak when your feet got wet.
Had
Yeah.
had a little bit of glitter in there. Yeah. So like that's what the nails look like. They're literally like a clear, transparent color. The colors I've seen most are purple, pink, and I think blue.
Yeah, I've seen blue, green.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen green. I bet that's cute. So like I just think it's so fun because it's totally transparent and you can see like a little bit hint of glitter in there, but it totally looks like grape jelly or something. It's so cute.
Yeah, I've seen them too where they don't have glitter in them, so they're just like transparent, clear
Yeah.
nails. So I'm a pass.
Really?
Yes, and here's the thing. I drink a lot of milk. So
Yes.
we've discussed this.
Yes.
As a result, my nails have little white specks on them from calcium deposits.
What?
So if I don't have, like, this is
You'll
also
see the
why I lean
spots.
towards a pink opaque base for my French tips,
Yes.
because if I get something that's too transparent, then you can see them.
Interesting.
Which is whatever, like, I don't care, but I feel like it takes away from the nail design when you can see these like white specks in my nails. And so like some people, if they like whack their finger on something,
Yeah.
they'll get them. I just drink a lot of milk.
That is so, I have so many thoughts. First off, that is a very, very valid reason to not like the jelly nails. I totally get that.
Yeah, because you can literally
B,
see
It's
the
so
nail.
weird.
Yeah.
You have so many calcium spots. That's fascinating. Never one time in my life have I been like, oh, if somebody drinks a lot of milk or has a lot of calcium, that would happen. But that actually makes so much sense.
Yeah,
I'm astounded that that's a
been
thing.
my whole life.
That's
yeah.
so crazy because I never have those spots because I never drink milk.
Yeah, I drink a lot.
That is so fascinating.
So yeah,
that makes
so
total
like,
sense.
I always like try to have a more opaque base, so then it's less
That checks
obvious.
out.
And
Yeah.
sometimes it still like shows through and it's whatever.
Yeah.
But like I just don't want to be so see through that like it's detracting from
Totally.
the nail design.
Yeah.
Also, if I have like things stuck under my
You don't want to see
fingers,
it.
then you would see that with like a jelly nail.
As a reptile girly and now a gardener in a whole bunch of ways. But I basically like dig around in the dirt outside a lot. And like my go-to for checking and making sure that like the soil's good is I like stick my fingers down in
Yeah.
there. So every day I'm in the sink being like getting all that dirt from under. So that's a great point. If I had the jelly nails, the dirt would show
You
through.
would see it. Yeah.
Which
There's
is
no hiding.
also kind of good because then like I would be looking and I'd be like, gotta clean my nails.
Yes.
You want to make sure your hygiene's good, you know? So interesting. Yeah, no, I'm a smash though. I really like that look. I could actually see myself doing one of those this summer, maybe. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay, last one we have is Builder Gel nail designs.
I love Builder Gel.
Builder Gel. Okay, so like if you guys remember, like last year, I said I got hard gel. It was just like this pink set, and they call them hard gel, Gel X, or Builder Gel, and that's what my nails are. It's literally the Builder Gel on there, and I have only broken 2 nails, and it was on the same set, and the lady said that she did it thinner, and I was like, we can't be doing that because I'm gonna break some nails. So like they now have been doing it thicker, and it's good, but like that's what it started out as.
Yeah.
Was just as a way to like do your nails instead of doing just like regular gel or dip or acrylic. You
Yes.
did Builder Gel or hard gel.
Yes.
Then they got crazy with it.
Yeah,
and
because
started doing all these designs on top
And-
of the nail.
and it's because the Builder Gel is a thicker consistency.
Yes.
So it does exactly what the name suggests is like it can build on top of it to where like it will dry and harden and be like 3D. So I had the same thing written down, but I called it 3D nail art because literally people are taking this Builder Gel and they are literally building like whole fruits.
Yeah.
Like, so the fruit nails are also a thing. So they're building whole fruits onto, so they're like doing multiple drops of the Builder Gel and making grapes.
Yes.
Or they're doing like
Waves.
Flowers.
Flowers.
I'm also seeing people doing, I've seen sharks.
Literally anything you can think of.
Sharks. People build little sharks with little fins. I want them so bad, but that's just a lot of gel on my nails and I can't do it. That's too much sensory for me. I can't. But I am a big, big, big smash on the Builder Gel.
Smash for me.
Big
Yep.
smash. And that's because, so like mine right now has Builder Gel with like the kind of like squiggly other color. this is my favorite because like I was saying earlier, I don't like the nail charms because it rips my hair out.
Yeah.
The builder gel gives me like that 3D extra fun touch that is so, and I love like rubbing it with my finger. Like it feels so good and smooth and like bumpy and I
Yeah.
love it. And on top of that, it doesn't affect my hair when I wash it because it's
That's
so
a
smooth.
win.
So
Yes.
I love it. So builder gel is kind of my new thing. I'm probably going to do a lot more builder gel over the next year.
And
It's very trendy.
I think we will see a lot more
A
of
lot.
it because it's so versatile and you
Yes.
can do so much with it. And like I feel like we've only like scratched the surface
Oh yeah, it's so new.
of what is possible with it.
Yeah.
So it's like been really cool to see. I get builder gel for my actual nails, which I think is fantastic because like they're really solid for me. Currently, next set, I'm like between a strawberry set.
I love the strawberry nails.
Which would be very cute.
So
or
cute.
this other one, did I show you that has like the circles
Yes,
like
yes,
on
yes.
it? That's also really cool too.
Yeah.
So I like, or I'll come up with something else because I'm going to try and hang on to these till after 4th of July.
Yeah.
I know it's July for you guys, but it's still June for us.
Yeah.
We're recording. So I'm trying to hang on to my blue nails through 4th of July and then
fair.
I'll probably get
That's fair. That's fair.
a new set. But that was the last one I had. So we're both smashing
Oh yeah,
the builder gel
Big time.
3D kind of like.
big time. That
Love
is like,
designs.
I think that's my newest favorite trend that I'm like really jumping on because it also goes hand in hand with like the mix match nails that I love. So it's very much like that right now. I would say right now, my personal nail trend that I am like obsessed with just for me is I just want to do more mix matched and I want to do more builder gel. Like those are like my two things that I'm really into right now personally.
Yeah, my go-tos are Funky French or Chrome. Those are like, I love those. They also don't take as long
No, yeah.
as like the builder gel or the mix match.
Yeah.
We already know I don't like those, but
Right. Okay, so wait, so smash or pass with the fruit nails? I'm assuming because it's
Smash.
usually, oh, okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say because it's usually mix matched.
Yeah, I think they're so cool.
There you are.
And I am a very big like fruity, citrusy,
Me too.
like that's one of my favorite things for summer is all the fruits and citrus and all that, like, which I feel like is perfect for summertime.
Totally, yeah.
I wouldn't rock like, I don't think I would do different fruit. I don't know. Maybe I would
Right.
because that still feels cohesive.
Right.
Because it's still like a
Yeah.
theme,
That's how I feel too.
you know? Like if I did. Because then it just feels like same design, different color. So actually I might do that. But
something
it'd be a lot.
else, I did see this one and just like compounding on the builder gel of it all and like other ways it's been used. One thing that I've really liked that I've seen is I saw this one set of nails that it was all mix matched, but it was a theme and the theme was essentially like monarch butterflies. So like a couple of the nails had like the monarch butterfly wings and then some of the other nails were leaves that had a monarch butterfly painted on it.
Yeah.
And some of them even had like little ladybugs that were made out of builder gel. And then on top of that, they had the little clear builder gel dots that weren't ladybugs. They were little
Like
dewdrops.
I've seen those. Those are stunning.
Cute. So cute. I
Stunning.
love that. So,
Do you know what you're going to do for your next nails?
no, I have several ideas and I haven't decided yet. But the butterfly with the dewdrops
I was gonna
is something
say-
I've saved. So
That
TBD.
feels also very summery. Like we're past
does.
spring, which
We're
would
past
be
spring.
peak for that. But I still think you could easily rock those.
I know.
But if we get into fall, winter, then that seems
It's
a little.
too, yeah. No, so that's at the top of my list because I'm trying to get like I'm trying to, let me think. It's end of June. It's about to be July. I'm going to try to get at least like 2 or 3 summery like nail options in before I go spooky with Halloween. So
When does spooky nail season start, though?
I would say like mid to end of September.
Okay, because then you can get one
Mm-hmm.
set in going into October, and then you can have your second set.
It's an ideal situation if I can hit it. This is so ridiculous with my timing, but like if I can second or third week of September get something kind of spooky and like fall and a little ghosty or something, and then in like middle to beginning of October get like my super spooky Halloween one, like the skeletons or like whatever.
You're gonna have to be on top of it then if you're gonna try and squeeze in 3 more.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do 3.
I think I'm gonna do 2. I think you could do July, August, and then
September and then October. Yeah, that's my thought as well. So that's where we're at.
How exciting!
So fun.
Stay tuned. We'll keep you guys.
We'll keep you posted. And as
the
soon
loop.
as the next ones that I do, I'll do like a little trending post and post it on the pod. So
Perfect.
we're excited.
Love it. Well, I think that wraps it up. I think we're at time.
Yeah.
So Take us home.
Take us home. All right, reptile girlies, let's do all the things. You can find me at Lyssa Lizards everywhere. You can find the podcast at the Wild Type Podcast everywhere.
You can check me out, Neptune the Chameleon, on all things social. We have new episodes every Tuesday, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, literally wherever you can get a podcast.
All the things.
We have early access if you're like, oh, I really wish there was another episode. Every single week, we give you early access, so feel free to check that out if you're interested.
Patreon, Spotify. So there we go. You can check out our merch, all the fun things.
Yeah.
And we will talk to you girlies next week.
Bye.
Bye.